Hi, lovely people. Uh, Hi, lovely people. We are live, and good afternoon or good evening. It depends from which country you're watching us. Welcome to Career Backstage with Diana Moraro. I'm international career mentor, and today we will gonna discuss about how to transform your career from passion to profession. And we have our special guest Zahra Al Darwish, who is the CEO of Boxout. Actually, Zahra, she transformed her career. She used to work for the last 13 years in different multinational corporations, but till the end, she wrote a book. She will gonna tell us more about herself. So, Zahra, good evening and welcome to Career Backstage, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Of course, thank you. Thank you very much, Diana, for your invitation as well to join your podcast. As you said, my name is Zahra Al Darwish, and I am a founder and CEO for Sit Jump Play event and Boxout UAE as well. And I have some other businesses as well, which is for in properties, and I'm investing and I'm doing some trading and all those things. Um, I work as well in one of the leading banks in UAE, especially in Dubai. So, and at the same time, I'm an author and a novelist. So I have some books, which is talking about the relationships, and some novels, which is a crime scenes and stories, which will make you a little bit feeling like you are living in a mystery or something.
Yeah, we're gonna discuss a little bit further about your book and about other stuff that you do, but. That is a really great introduction of yourself. So, what do you think, Zahra, people don't know about you, and how would you describe yourself?
Um, I will describe myself that I am a mother, in fact, a mother of four. And I would say that my kids are actually affecting me a lot, especially in all my decisions and all those things. Because before I do anything, I think about them, like what is good for them and what will be suitable for them for the future as well. At the end, I'm planning to have like a legacy, and I'm planning to have a family business for them. So that's why I think a lot before I do anything or I step uh, any of my steps or something like that. Um, what the people they don't know about me, as I said, most of them they think that I'm a very lovely person, that I always laugh and I talk and I joke and all these things. But when it comes to the business, I'm a very serious person. You can see a different person. It's not what they usually see me. Um, Even I am an engineer, so I'm a very specific in what I'm doing. I uh, Especially that right now in the bank where I'm working. I'm working in a very specific department, which is looking after, the quality check, the SLA, which is the service level agreements, the KPIs, and it's looking after the processes, support functions, and all these things of the group IT itself. So if there is any application, if there is any uh, applications or systems or anything is going out for in the market, is going for the customer, it should come through us, and then it will go to the market. So I see that it is a very unique thing that me and the team that we are doing.
And I can see that multifunctional person or multitasking person because you have businesses in different industries, plus you working for a well-known bank in United Arab Emirates. And I'm just wondering how you balance, your professional life and your personal life, because we have 4 kids and it's not easy. Having a family and having kids in another full-time job. But what actually, Zahra, means career for you?
Career is a very important thing. I would say that if I did not started my career and I got all those experience from it, which is the 13, 14 years of the experience that I got and the skills that I gained from all the industries that I worked on, it will not be easy for me to start my own business because when as an entrepreneur, when you start a business, you are a standalone person. So you have to be your own finance person, your own accountant, your own marketing, sales, whatever, and your own boss as well. So if I did not have those skills, which I got it from my career, from my job, uh, it will not be easy for me to do my business in a very efficient and very easy way as well, I would say. So as I told you before, yes, I have like a 13 to 14 years old, 13 years experience in different industries, which is I started with the telecom, then it went to airlines, then it's to facility management, then the banking, and it's going on. So yeah, that's why even my business is totally different. Like as you say, I'm a multi-person. That my event management is actually my passion, which I made my passion become like my own business, my own legacy, I would say.
Yeah, so career complex, I would think for you, isn't it? Because you have different businesses in different industries. And I just, wanted to ask you what you enjoy most. And you said event management. Uh, so there is any other thing that you actually enjoy most in your career that you do?
Um, in my career, as I told you that I'm an engineer, so I love that part of me to be a more technical person, speaking about the infrastructures, routers, and qualities, governance, and all those things. And in the other side, that I am, as I told you, I love events. I love organizing things, and I love to see everything beautiful in front of me. So that was my passion. And I thought, why I don't move this passion into a career that or a business that it will be uh, like it will be something different, that something you really like it from your bottom of your heart, and you are doing it and you are working on it, so you will give your best on it. And especially that I'm a UAE local, so um, whatever I do, all my setups, all my decorations, even the services that I provide, you can see that there is a mixture of UAE culture as well as the modern style. So it's like a fusion of both of them. And that what makes me unique and makes me stand out for that.
So you founded event management.
Yes.
How did you find this passion? Because people obviously they try so hard and they work so hard, and sometimes they hire a career mentor or a career coach in order to find out what is their passion and from
Right.
where this passion is coming. So from your experience, how did you find what your passion is and from where this passion is coming about, event management?
Right. Actually, I will tell you the story of it, how I
Yep.
started the whole business from the beginning. Okay. as I told you, my kids are my trigger, and they are the reason for me that I started the whole business, and like to build this legacy for myself and for them. Uh, I'll tell you a story. What is really triggered me the most. Um, when my first child uh, born, I used to work in one of the biggest private companies in UAE, and I used to be the head of the shared services. So you can say the HR, finance, payroll, legal departments, and the IT. All of these five departments was under me. So I was looking after them, and I had a lot of direct and indirect staff looking after them. So in the middle of all that, I got my first baby girl. So here um, I did not set my priority at that time. I was thinking that okay, um, my kid is there, my family is there, they can look after her. So what I used to do actually, I used to take her while she's sleeping in the early morning, and I used to take her to my mother house. And at night, while she's sleeping as well, I used to take her from my mother house into my house. And on that journeys, she was never awake. She was sleeping all the time. So she don't know exactly who's carrying her, who's taking her, who's bringing her, and all these things. So I felt that there are something wrong. It's not. I was not happy with all this process that this was going on, but I was happy in my work because I was progressing. I was giving my best and everything, and I was, you can say, going up in the ladder of my career and all these things. But I was not happy when I see my kid that I'm just taking her at night and dropping her in the morning. So what happened is, in one fine day, we was in the family house. So I saw her. I saw my kid. Her name is Fatma, and I told her, Fatma, come, let me hug you. Let's play together. So she was kind of scared of me. She was like, it's like she's saying, who is she, and why she want to play with me? So I was surprised, kind of. But what has really made me feel so bad is like the nanny was telling her, "Go to her. She's your mother." She was whispering in her ears, and then she came to me. So that actually it was like a shock for me. I said, "No, I have to set my priorities. I have to know exactly where I have to put my strength, where I have to put my attention. My career is there. I can go on the ladder one day or whatever, but my family is my stone. So I have to look after them. So from there, I set my priorities, and I said I will stay with my daughter. So I resigned from my job, and then I started my own business. When I started my own business, it was not an event because I was in IT department. I'm in IT, and I'm an engineer and all those things. So I was so I started as an e-commerce website, which is having the same name as well. It said Jump Play for e-trading. So I was selling all kind of baby essentials, toys, clothes, games, and all those things. And at that time, I was the first UAE national that having an e-commerce website, especially in this category. So I was competing with I was competing with the big people who was there in the market at that time. So with the days, it came like lots of my customers. They came and told me that okay, we want you to shoot an event for us. For me, it was my passion to organize things and to do things looks lovely and all those things. So I said, okay, let's try. So I tried once, twice, and it was like a hit event for them. It was like a birthday parties. So I started, yes, as a birthday parties. So then I said, okay, let me start in something that I'm good at. So I moved to the event. So I did my events company. It's with the same name, Sit Jump Play event. So right now I'm doing events. I started with the birthday parties, as I told you, and then gradually I started taking a corporate events, taking individuals events and government events and all those things. So
And this is amazing. Thank you so much for
thank
sharing
you.
that, because this is the way, just share the way how you transform your passion to a profession, let's say, because you're doing this now as a profession, isn't it?
Yes.
It's management, which is great. So you're starting this from a passion. You found your passion, and especially when you actually was carrying your baby, your daughter, from parents' house to your house. So you realized and you start to become more aware. Your self-awareness actually has been raised, that you need to set up some priorities and think about, okay, what I enjoy most and how I can spend time with my family also, so I do not miss my family and I can be present in the life of my daughter, which is amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes we have some special events in our life when we these events actually happen with a reason, in order, to make us think and take a step back and say, all right, so it's now time to do this or that,
Yes.
and I know it's really difficult to make a decision, because sometimes we think, well, it's the right decision that we make in our career or is not the right decision, but there is a time when it's coming that we have to make that decision.
Yes. For me, like I was when I start thinking, it was like a two ways for me. It's either I become successful in my career, and because I was going on, and I was performing well, or otherwise I have to go to my family and leave all that.
Yeah.
So it was a very big and decision that I made. So alhamdulillah, it was a good decision after all.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
Because
you.
it's so, as I said, for some people, it's really difficult to find their passion. They don't really know what they enjoy most and how they can actually set up objectives and priorities, what is best for them to do in order to get satisfied and also to be productive and to perform quite well. But how do you live your passion every day? Because, you have your work, you have your family.
Yes.
You have this events management business, and how actually you you have, let's say, enough time to live your passion every day or on a daily basis.
Um, just to be frank with you, I'm a person who I cannot sit without doing anything. So I have to do something. So I'll tell you, after I started my business, in fact, I sat maybe for 3 to 4 years. I haven't done any work. I was concentrating 100% on my business to set it up and to make it reach into that level. So after it is in that level, and I'm happy. I'm quite happy with it, and that I can separate my attention. Like I can give 50% here or 60% here or something like that. Then I started my work, my career again in the bank. Um, how I am finding a time? That's all, like managing my time. So uh, in the morning, for sure, I'm at work. So I'm not mixing my own business with the work, because I believe that okay, I'm working, so this is my working hours, and I agreed on it, so it should be only working hours. I cannot do my business at that time. In my business time, usually I do it after my working hours, which is like after 5 o'clock. So most of my meetings when my kids was small, I used to take them with me. I usually used to do like meetings in a cafe shops or something in the shopping mall where I know this place is very quiet so I can talk. So I used to take my kids with me. Like I used to put them in a play area so they enjoy their time and at the same time I'm doing my work. So like that, it came in. Right now they are, mashallah, big. Like Fatma now, she's 15 years old, and the others is 13, and 8, and 6. So now they have their own homeworks and all these things, so they are taking care of that. And while they are doing that, I'm doing my business and following up with the emails, following up with the people, setting up my meetings and all these things. So yeah.
Yeah, we have here someone to share with you. Yeah, she said it's such an achievement that you manage it so well, Zahra. So you are a piece of inspiration, Zahra, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people actually can learn from your experience, you know. So yeah, Career Backstage obviously is a podcast where people actually learn from other people's experience, how they can manage their career, how they can actually find out their passion, and is coming with tips and tricks about career. So now let's move to a new stage, let's say, in your life, because you are also an author and you write books.
Right.
From where do you take this inspiration to write books, and how did you come to write a book, which is brilliant? You know, starting your early career from corporations and then moving to your business, and then ended up to write books. This is amazing. Did this happen?
Yeah. Okay. That transition. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Maria for her comments. Thank you very much. How's that happened? Again, as I told you, family is the trigger. That what happened. It's again from my first daughter as well. I got the inspiration from her because of some situations happened to her as well. So, which was very touchy to my heart. And I thought of writing a book. I started actually with a relationship book, which is called Letters to My Daughter, which is for my first daughter. Because I got some conflict with her when she was when I first, how I can put it, when she
You
was
gave birth.
yeah, when I gave birth. What happened is because it was my first pregnancy, it was my first experience and first time being a mother, so I don't know actually how to deal with the kid. I was very afraid of her, like what I have to do with her, and I was actually very sick. I got some allergies and all these things, so I was under a medication, and I guess that medications just dried my milk, so I was not able to breastfeed her. So she was the only one among my all other kids that I did not breastfeed her. This is supposed to be like between me and the family and the people who knows, but I don't know actually how it's been spread it out, and she came to know that I did not breastfeed her, and from there she started asking me some questions, which is made me like. Why would you say that? And I was explaining to her what happened, what was my situation, why I was not able to breastfeed her, and all these things. But at the end, she ignored me and she told me that I don't believe you, something like that. So that actually is break my heart, because I was really under a very deep pain, and I was sick, and I was trying to explain to her, and she's not able to explain to understand, especially that she saw me that I was with her brother and the other two siblings. So for her, something that she could not handle it. She could not understand it. Why it's happened with me? Why not me? So from there, I said, okay, let me write a book about a relationship between a mother and her first child. So this book is have a mini stories of a relationship of my daughter and me, like since she was 0 until 12 years 12, 12 years old. Now, mashallah, she's 15 years old. So there I have said everything, all the stories, everything. Like I expressed all my feeling, and I told her everything that I wanted to tell her through the book. And in the same time, I have put in some tips for the newly mothers as well, in case it
Nice.
was difficult. Yeah, like there's a lot of mothers who are like for the first time they're mothers, and they don't know how to deal with the kid. They don't know how to breastfeed. They don't know how to speak with them or understand them, why they are crying, what they want, and all these things. So after every mini story, actually, I have mentioned some little tips for these newly mothers, like how they can handle their kids, how they can understand them, uh, how like sometimes we have to just let it go, give them a chance to explore themselves without we interfering in what they are doing or what they are saying. We have to like not let them go, but let them go, but with our supervision. Okay. So yeah, and at the end of the book, I have put in actually like a little notes, note area. So for a mother, so she can type her feelings and what she was thinking and everything while her kid was in those ages. And maybe when her daughter she gets like 12 years old or 15 years old, when she's able to read, she can share the book with her with the notes that she wrote, like in a daily basis, what she was feeling, what she was thinking, and all these things. So it will be like a mini stories and notes as well for the new kid, so she can understand how her mother was feeling and thinking at that moment.
Thank you so
Then,
much. This is amazing. Sorry, carry on. I can't really stop listening you. It's
oh,
amazing sharing.
thank you, appreciate it. Okay,
Yeah, it is. As I mentioned, it is really amazing what you're sharing, and especially because it's not easy to speak about this. About the relationship, and especially the first relationship with your first child, and how you manage till the end. To put all your feelings in a book. Um,
right,
when she will gonna grow up, perhaps she might start to understand what you really wanted to say about this breastfeeding and how did you feel about this. It's such a wonderful, and thank you so much for sharing. I know sometimes it's not really easy to share. And what about this book? So people can find this book somewhere. Do you sell the book on Amazon? Do you organize any special events where you promote your book, where people obviously can hear and also, read your book to help them, to build a proper relationship with their first child, and also to know what kind of challenges they might face when they were gonna start the process of breastfeeding.
yes. The book you actually can find it in Kindle and Amazon, and I think it is in Al Jarudi bookstore. It is available in UAE. I don't know if it is available there international, but it is here in UAE. Um, in fact, I am looking for this platform as well, as you said, a platform where I can present this book and to explain and to talk more about the relationships and how useful is to share our experiences so we know how we can handle our kids and all those things. I know every mother, she have her own feelings toward their kids, but still, if there is a group of people and they are sharing things, so she will be more wise. She can understand more and know more. So I'm looking for a platform where I can share that, and other mothers also can share that. So if there is anyone can guide to that one, that will be super great.
Yeah, let's speak more about the podcast, so I can obviously, guide you how you can do that, because sharing is caring. So a lot of people can obviously know your story about breastfeeding and how you can manage, the early stages of the relationship with the child. What was the most challenging thing in your career?
Okay, before we go to that, I would say that I'm translating the book because right now it's in Arabic, but the translation, inshallah, it will be in the Sharjah Book Fair, which is will be, I think, in November or in October or in November. So the translated book in English is will be there. So if anyone want to go and have a signature or something, so you can contact me.
Wonderful.
And of course, I did not told you about my other things, which is the novels that I wrote. It's about a crime story as well. So I'm planning to have like a series of crime stories and all these things. So just something else, yeah, which has nothing to do with relations. Okay, back to your question. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. What was the most challenging thing in your career that you obviously faced during the years, and how you overcame, sorry, this challenge?
Um, I would say uh, it's the family actually. I mean, before I get married, I was very happy actually, going to work, working, and doing everything, and there was no responsibility in the back of me. So uh, I was 100% dedicated to my work or to my study or to develop myself and all those things. But the moment that you get married and you have the babies, everything is changed. I mean, you cannot give 100% to your, as there is something behind you. There's some other responsibilities that you have to take care of it. So you have to divide your responsibilities. Like I can give a 50% here, I can give like a 30% here or 20% here or something. So that was my biggest issue actually. It's after after getting a family, I would say. But as of my career, this is one of them. The second thing I would say, the change. Okay, because for me, I have changed like as I told you, 3 to 4 different industries as well. It's not the same industry. So it was a totally different industry. So for me, this change and this move from one industry to another industry, it was a little bit challenging because whatever I'm using in this industry, I cannot use it in that. Especially when it comes to the IT, not all the applications are same. Not all of the systems are same. Uh, in airlines you use a totally different applications, and banking totally different applications. So for me it's like it's a challenge when I move from one to another, like how I can educate myself to relearn everything from the beginning, to understand the system, to understand the applications, to understand even the people who are there. Okay, so I can give my development, so I can give my experience which I have learned from these different uh, industries. And this is a change, like from industry to industry. Sometimes it happens, the change, which is within the company itself, within the place where you are working. Like right now, in the bank where I'm working right now, they moved the way of the management from the normal into an agile. So now they are agile, using the agile methodology. So I have heard, actually, there was a lot of people who are like fighting this change. They don't want to adapt to it. They were very happy with what they were doing before. So for them, it was like this change is gonna kill their career. Most of them actually they have left even before the changes happened. So for me, I came actually within the change. So for me, it was like, okay, Zahra, accept, adapt, accept, adapt, accept, adapt, accept, adapt, until we reach to the maturity, and we, like we say that we are 100% agile. So then I can say I'm mature. I am an agile person. So those also, like it's an obstacles. I mean, if I did not have that ability in myself that I accept and adapt, accept and adapt, I would leave a long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah, indeed, this is really challenging when you change. Um, you actually moving from one industry to another industry. This is really challenging. When, for example, you try to, embrace that change, also is really challenging.
of course. Yeah,
Yeah. So, Zahra, most of us, there is a time when it's coming in our career when we stuck, obviously, and we don't know exactly um, what is our next, let's say, next step in our career. So, when you actually stuck in your career, who help you to move forward?
who helped me? I would say my family. And first of all, I remember my mother and my late father, that they used to push me. Like when I first started my career, it was a big shock for me. Like uh, being a student and everything is free, and playing around friends, and going to cafeteria and listening to music and all those things. And then suddenly I have to come to the workforce and all those things. So I wanted to stop everything. I said, no, I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna work. So I remember they sat with me and they told me how important is the work, how it's changing the person. It's make you a best person of you, and you can you can be your own person. Like you can have your own cash. You'll not be like dependent to us, like my mother and late father. Like you will not be dependent to us, like give me your money to buy this and buy this. You can do it all yourself. So like day by day it came into my mind, and since then I was like pushing myself. Every time I see any obstacle or anything is stopping me, I used to accelerate myself from myself. I'm not waiting from anyone to tell me, Allah, Zahra, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, and encourage me and all these things. Encouragement is something cool. Everyone like it. But if you are not able to change yourself from inside, if you cannot accelerate yourself to motivate yourself to reach and to do things, you will not be able to do anything. Even if you have a mentors of thousands of mentors behind you. But if you don't have that thing which is inside you, you will not do it.
Yes, I always telling people important to have a motivation from inside, right? An internal motivation rather than an external motivation.
Yeah.
Because let's say you go to special event, you like the person who is on the stage is like a role model for you. You're gonna go there, you're gonna listen 1 hour, 2 hours while the person is speaking. You get energized, you get empowered by that person, and after that, this empowerment, obviously, it takes a couple of hours, maybe, and it's keeping in your body, and after that, obviously, you need again another extra motivation from
Yeah.
your role model or from somebody else in order to achieve some objectives that you set up for yourself. And it's really important to work with yourself in order to find where that motivation is coming from, where that energy is coming from, what actually drives your energy, right? So, yeah, completely agree with you. So, um, Zahra, the podcast, the episode is coming due to end. It's flying the time. I didn't even realize it's such a
Yeah.
conversation. Just the last question. Let's summarize and let's sum up. In a couple of bullet points, let's say, or in a couple of words, or in a few words, how to transform your career from passion to profession. So let's give some tips and tricks, to people who actually watch us.
Okay. I would say that you should be um, believing in what you do. This is the most important. If you feel that this passion, it can go to a business and it will be a successful business, go for it. Because there are some people who have a passion and they want to do things, and there's lots of people they did it, but it is not for the market. It's not gonna work. So when you have a passion, and first of all, do your study, your business plan, do your financial plan, the market plan, and everything, and make sure that this baby, what you are thinking about, you're loving it that much, it will really will go and makes you a successful person in the market or not. Then go ahead and start moving your passion into your business. You have to go through all these steps. You have to make sure, because it's always like I had a couple of my friends. They are like this. Like they have a passion or something. They want to do something, but when it comes to a reality, it is they cannot do it. They cannot implement it in the real market. Yeah.
Something is missing there. So we need to
Totally.
see what is missing. Yeah, maybe they don't have the drive, maybe they don't have the energy, maybe they don't have the internal motivation, so maybe they don't have, the trust. Yeah, it's something something is missing there. Thank you, Sakin. So he said like it was great to hear your experience and the way you balance work and your business with one. Yeah, it's amazing because this is another issue that actually people facing this. They try all their best to balance their professional life with their personal life, and especially when they have kids, they have family, and they have a couple of businesses to manage, and it's not easy. Zahra, thank you so much for sharing your story about, the book and how you obviously through the book established a great relationship with your daughter, which is amazing, and how you spoke about breastfeeding, and also the businesses that you manage and how you balance your work life with your personal life, and also you're still working for a well-known bank back in UAE, which is great. So I don't know how you manage your time to do a lot of things. Thank you so much for having you at Career Backstage here. And we're waiting for you again to be back and to share with us any other books that you're going to write or any other businesses that you're going to set up. And I'm pretty sure that your career will going to gonna transform in the next couple of years. But we're waiting for you here anytime just to come and share with us, the insights and also the great things that you do, because these are amazing and people actually can learn from other people. This is amazing and sharing is caring. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
people who are watching us are all gonna see you at the Career Backstage in the next 2 weeks with another special guest speaker. Thank you so much for watching us. Have a lovely week ahead and take care.
Thank you very much. Take care.